Hello everyone. Ideal conditions seems to be the consensus for those mushing in the UP 200 sled dog race this year.
Yeah, with some mushers taking 28 hours to finish, it's not a surprise many tears were shed at this year's awards banquet.
That's right, but they were happy tears. TV6's Samantha Rivera takes us to the banquet earlier this morning.
It was a long and emotional weekend for those involved in this year's 29th annual UP 200 dog sled race. From volunteers to mushers and their family and friends, the 240-mile run was no easy feat.
All 200-mile races are hard, and this one was a really hard race because of what was going on in my team, and this is our third time in the race, so we didn't have like the wide-eyed rookie problem, but it was still a hard race, and there's nothing like coming into a finish after a hard race. Leaving the last checkpoint, I was really grateful that we were on the trail and I knew we would finish.
Manikian, who finished in 13th place, had the unfortunate luck of having some of her dogs fall ill during the race. She says she was just happy to finish.
Every race is like a snowflake. It's a little bit different. The trail is different every time because of what's happened because of weather. Maybe it rained a few weeks ago. Maybe it dumped snow 2 days before the race. So the trail is different every time, even though the route is more or less the same.
Almost everyone who spoke on today's podium had countless stories to tell about their journey. For this year's first place winner, Keith Eiley, his stories came to an end after deciding this would be his very last race.
It was great, especially with the field of competitors this year. It was a big field of very good teams. 30 years of experience, and there was a few tricks of the trade I had to use just because it was a tight race time-wise, so I had to take advantage of a lot of the knowledge I had.
Eiley says his drive to race slowly diminished over the last 30 years, but says finishing first was a great way to go out. For Brian Candler, his very first time completing the race ended a little differently. He was this year's recipient of the Red Lantern Award, an award commemorating the last person to cross the finish line. Preparations for next year's races already began this morning. Samantha Rivera, TV6 News, Marquette.